there was a border crossing terrorist who conducted a real terror attack, drew blood in Chicago. A guy by the name of Sidi Mohammad Abdallahi from Islamic Republic of Mauritania crossed the border at Tijuana, from Tijuana on March 30th, 2023. Very busy month, very busy year. Made his way to Chicago and couldn't take the Gaza war a moment longer and decided to go slaughter Jews in a synagogue in Chicago, Orthodox Jews. But he couldn't resist shooting one on his way there. And that set off a big gun battle with the police. The Jewish man thankfully survived the shooting, but the shooter was wounded and then hanged himself in jail, Cook County Jail, after state authorities charged him with terrorism. You had a terrorist attack. He had jihadi stuff all inside his phone on Jews that got virtually no coverage.
What?
And my story is that the FBI, 7 months later, this happened in October, now tells my organization through FOIA request that they have an open terrorism investigation into that case. They're not going to talk more about it, but good to know that
Wow.
this time somebody's still investigating. The guy's dead. So maybe there's co-conspirators or whatever. You can find that at my site, toddbensman.com.
I was shocked when I saw your article. I never heard a peep about it.
And
Why?
This is a big deal. I mean, look, the election campaign and the American people voted on this thing because they viewed it as a national security threat. It was framed as, we've got people on the terror watch list by the hundreds that have crossed over the border and gotten apprehended, and lots of them snuck in and got caught. There were mistakes made and they were released. And here you had an actual attack by one of them that was charged as terrorism. And like bupkis on this thing. I like what the Trump administration is doing, but I never see them mention this. Anybody talking about what happened in Chicago. I'm going to tell you this, that Governor Pritzker, the liberal blue governor of Illinois, is being subpoenaed to testify to defend his sanctuary state policies before the House Homeland Security Committee on June 12th. What a perfect opportunity for those Congress members to ask him about the terror attack that his sanctuary policies fostered, and how many more Sidi Abdallahis are in Chicago. If I don't hear members talk about that on the Republican side, I don't know. I'm thinking I'll be pretty pissed off. I talked to the House Homeland Security Committee people, the staffers, the people, congressmen and women that sit on that committee, and make sure that they talk about this case. And by the way, you're looking for media coverage on it. You're not going to find a lot, but I personally spent a week on the ground in Chicago in December and produced a 3-part series on that attack. I interviewed everybody I could interview, including the victim of that attack. I was the only one who's ever gotten an interview with the victim of that attack, the Jewish gentleman, and his rabbi, as well as all these witnesses and everything. I mean, as much as could be written about that attack, I've done, and it's available at toddbensman.com up on the website. I'm the only one. I mean, on this particular attack, both sides of the aisle are guilty of not mentioning it or talking about it. Now, to his credit, Donald Trump, because this happened just days before the presidential election.
Yes.
In his final campaign rally, Trump brought it up.
Good.
He mentioned it, and he talked about it, but they got no coverage at all. Everything else he said at that rally was covered to the ninth, but not that, even in the conservative press. Well, on the June 12th hearing, send them my stories from toddbensman.com on that terror attack, and tell them to ask questions about Pritzker's sanctuary policy. He has to defend those policies with this terror attack right in front and center of windshield.